Welcome to Dairy Judging 101. I am Dr. Catherine Knowlton, a professor in the Department of Dairy Science at Virginia Tech. For our series on the basics of judging dairy cattle, we're putting together some practice classes. The first 8 slides present the cows in the class alone and together. Then we show you what our placing would be with cuts and how we'd take notes. For this class of Brown Swiss, Courtney Hostetter, a Virginia Tech student, will present an example set of reasons. We hope this helps you. So there's your class. Let's call them Brown Swiss 3-year-old cows. Okay, there's your class. You can toggle back and forth among these pictures as you need to, but don't go forward from here until your placing is complete and you've got all your notes. This is how we would place the class and our cuts. If you want to adjust the placing or shift the cuts a little bit, that's perfectly okay with me. Our purpose is just to give you some classes to practice with. Doing reasons on these brown Swiss cows for us today is Courtney Hostetter. Courtney is a Holstein girl from Pennsylvania who loves showing, but until 2 years ago she was really not a fan of judging. A couple years of hard work later, she was a core member of our judging team last fall, placing second in reasons and overall at Harrisburg, and winning Holsteins at Madison.
1, 4, 2, 3 is my placing for this class of brown Swiss 3-year-old cows. 1 easily wins as she combines her feminine frame with the best udder in the class. 1 has a higher and wider rear udder attachment than 4. The milky one has more bloom to her udder, a more defined udder cleft, and a more uniform shape to her rear quarters. I prefer 1 because she is sharper over her top line, cleaner over her ribs, and is more refined in her bone. I admit 4 has more depth and spring to her rib. Next, the big framed 4 places second and over the clean, but plain 2 for her obvious advantage in body capacity. 4 is deeper in her heart and wider in her front end. She has more depth to her rear rib with more spring to her barrel than 2. When compared to 2, 4 is a more youthful cow. She holds her udder higher above her hock, has a higher rear udder attachment, and a longer, smoother blending fore udder attachment. Additionally, 4 is stronger on her pasterns than 2. On the other hand, 2 has a wider rear udder attachment with less quartering to her mammary system. Last, the light-colored 2 places over the smooth 3 because she is so much cleaner. 2 is longer, leaner in her neck, and sharper over her shoulder. She is more refined at her top line, cleaner from hooks to pins, and is flatter in her thigh than 3. Also, 2 is more correct in her throw placement and stands with her rear legs more squarely beneath her. Additionally, 2 has a stronger, more defined udder cleft and appears to have a milkier texture to her udder. I concede 3 is stronger on her pasterns. While I admire 3's powerful frame, I left her last because she is just too smooth and lacks that style and angularity to place any higher. It is for these reasons I place this class of brown Swiss 3-year-old cows 1, 4, 2, 3.